Right, so it's fine. So,
Is it okay?
yeah, fine, sir. You can stop sharing, sir. Ask them to join. Kumar sir, just let us know when to start the session. We can go for it. Mm. We are gonna start in a minute, I guess.
Biswajit, you may start the session.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, first of all, good evening, everyone, and it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome all of you in this 2 weeks faculty development program as we are doing an effective research writing and research project proposal writing strategies. And it's for 2 weeks starting from 9th of December to 21st. It's really a long 2 weeks program. And before starting, I would like to welcome our Chief Technology Officer, Engineer Kousik Kumar, and we have our Research Advisory of IWRC, Dr. Arunava Majumdar, and of course, our event manager who has organized all the events and managed well, Engineer Ponma Kishan. And last but not the least, our participants who has been dedicated their time and effort to take care of this FDP program. And yes, as in this last 8 days, you have learned a lot about the publications. And today is something a very important topic that we are going to discuss. And we have a guest with us, Dr. Kousik Kumaar, and he is a very good, eminent researcher. He is going to guide you how we can, what are the activities and how we can improve our citations and after publications, what are the different strategies that we should take care of it being a researcher. So let's welcome our guest of today's session, Dr. Kousik Kumar sir. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation. So let me introduce about his profile. He is a distinguished aerospace engineer from Coimbatore, India, with an PhD from Anna University, Chennai. Currently, he is working as an assistant professor, senior grade 3, in the Department of Aeronautical Engineering in NITTE Meenakshi Institute of Technology, Bangalore. He has authored 4 books, published 13 Scopus indexed papers, and secured 4 design patents. And he has published and presented numerous conferences. He is also acting as a lifetime member of AEI, IEI, and many other recognized institutes. He has been also recognized among India's top 50 expert faculties. So that's a great achievement, sir. And he also served as an editorial board members, reviewers, and technical committee members and different organizations, academia, also in the research activity. So we are happy to have you with us, sir, in this session and within this platform. And once again, I welcome you, sir, to spare your valuable time and to contribute some of the words to our participants. Please, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Aishwarya, for that wonderful introduction that you gave me. Um, shall we start the session directly?
Yeah,
Oh,
yes, sir.
I want to start the insights. Okay. So I think my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure. So today it's a really a big topic that building a research profile. What are the things that we have to do post publication? So this is the most important thing that most of us fail to do. So many of us think that there is only one way of showcasing what you have published to this world, that is through Google Scholars. But there are other parameters which we should be propaganding our research. So what we have done, what we are doing in our current field. So that is very important. So for that, we are going to see. And I just want to tell you, I'm not putting much slides for you because I just want to share knowledge. I don't want to put much slides. So my slide counts will be very minimal. But I hope that amount of information what I'm providing will be good for you. It will be in a good quality. Okay, so I'm Dr. Kousik Kumaar, working as Assistant Professor Grade 3 in Department of Aeronautical Engineering, NITTE Meenakshi Institute of Technology, Bangalore. So first, let us start with a quote. So research that is not shared might as well not have been done. That is a quote which is mentioned by Mark Carrigan. So he's a professor in UK. He's a professor of education in UK. So this statement carries a lot of meaning. I would say that research that is not shared. So what you're doing, what I'm doing as a research, which is not shared with my fellow colleagues or my friends or the community which belongs to researcher, and those are having those are upcoming researchers. So all those people, they have to know what is going on in their current scenario. So for that, we should share our knowledge. We should share our informations. So it is not that it is not information which is kept as a confidential, that you should keep it only for your sake, and we have to put that in our resume or in our curriculum vitae, or that has to be shown to our management or anything. So it is not like that. You should showcase what you have done. So what research you are doing, what is the outcome of it, what is the current scenario of it. So that is how we come to know that these things are happening in this world, in this research world. So that is what Mark Carrigan is quoting. So research that is not shared might as well not have been done. So with this quote, let us go into today's learning objectives. So today, what I'm going to give you as an insight is about understanding the importance of post-publication activities. So you will be coming to know about the post-publication activities, why it is very important for us to go with this post-publication activities. Then learning how to effectively disseminate and promote research. So what we are doing, that has to be disseminated properly, and that is the way that it has to be promoted. So that is the way of promotion of our research, and exploring tools and platforms to enhance your research profile. So I'll be giving some informations regarding the tools and platforms that will enhance your research profile. So how to create your own profiles in Scopus Author, that Orchid ID, all these things we are going to see. And additionally, I'm going to give a separate information which will be shared at the last of this presentation. So I'm not going to disclose that in between. And finally, strategies for long-term engagement with the academic community. So this is very important. So I feel that most of us are not connected in this academic community. So in this academic community, we know only a few people who are doing research along with us or who is working along with us. But we are not bothered about working in interdisciplinary aspects. We are not ready to collaborate with other people. So many people's mentalities, they want to be very comfortable with their own research background. So that is not the thing that we have to look for. So we have to give for a long-term engagement. So we have to connect with the academic community. So we will be seeing what are the factors that will enhance our engagement in academic community. So these are the objectives that we are going to see. Okay, first let us start with this question. So I always ask this question to me: why post-publication activities is a big matter for you? So that is what I always ask myself, as well as I will ask my friends also. So if you look at this question, and I would say that, okay. So post-publication activities matter because they allow researchers to further engage with their work after it is been published. So this is what very important. They allow users, that is the researchers, to engage with their work after it has been published, and also it will enable the other researchers to address the potential issues, and also it will enable them to expand on their findings. And sometimes we will not be sure that whatever the research work what we have done is a proper work, or if there is any errors in it, of any corrections can be done. So we are not sure. So whatever the results we get, we try to conclude with the literature survey what we have done. So based on this factor, we would like to we can correct our errors if there is any kind of errors in our publication in the sense in our results finding, in our concepts what we have tried to explain in our papers. So if there is errors, that can be brought to our notice and we can correct it in our next publication. And also it will ultimately maximize the impact of the research by facilitating an open discussion. And also it will be a part of critical evaluation within the scientific community, so your people will evaluate. So this part I will explain you when I go with some examples. What is why it has been critical, why it is necessary for us to critically evaluate our within the research community, and also it will lead us to more robust and reliable, and also it will be very reliable for us to enhance our knowledge. And also it gives a pathway of to keep the conversion going on and ensure research is continuously refined and improved upon after initial publications. So these are the points, certain points that I want to discuss, which I have not mentioned anywhere in the slide. So the answer for this question is quite simple. We want to know what is happening. We want to know all the researchers what is happening, what we are doing. So that is why the post publication activities is very much important and it matters a lot. Okay, let us go with the first point which I want to induce, that is insist on visibility and impact. So in this, I would say that published research has limited impact if not widely visible. Okay, fine. So I'm publishing a paper. Recently I published a paper. So what the main thing is, I want to share that information with my fellow colleagues, as well as to my management, as well as to my research community people, so that another set of people, the other set of researchers who are willing to work, who are already working on that aspect, will be focusing on our papers, and they will also consider as one of the literatures in their work. So the published research, if it is not visible, so most of the papers, for example, I would say many of us take literatures from open access journals. So those journals which are paid, which we cannot access, we don't bother about it, even though if it is very much important to us. And also we try to get those journals in some other way, in a proxy way, not in a proper way of paying the publisher and getting the journal. But many of us try for a proxy way. So this is mainly in many of the research communities. So without visibility, the impact of your publication will not be reaching, and it will not have much reach towards your audience. So your audience are nothing but the people who are ready to work in the field where you already did something. So that is what very important is. And also, like it is very much important. So like when it is been reaching to both academic and non-academic audiences. So I would say this, non-academic audiences are people who are from the industries, right? So I would quote an example here, and it happened to me personally during 2022. So it was during 22 August, I think in the month of August, 21, I'm sorry, it is in the month of 21. During the month of August, I was not well, and I was getting a call from one person. He's from Singapore, and he's an industrial person, and he was contacting me. And the reason for his contact is like I published a paper related to some nozzle, improving the nozzle pressure ratio of the nozzle, so that the exit velocity is getting improved. And he wanted to contact me regarding that. So he wants to have an application of that nozzle in his work. So I don't want to disclose that work, but it is a kind of industrial application where he wants to use that nozzle for his work. And he approached me, and I don't know in what way he has approached me, because the paper just contained only my affiliation, my name and my affiliation. So I think he has contacted my institution, which I was working at that time, and he approached me with a offer that he wants to work along with me, and he wants me to do a analysis for him. And this is a kind of consultancy which I carried out. So this is very important. So the publication which I've done, I have showcased it. It has been showcased in some point. It has been made visible at some point, so that a non-academic audience, that is a non-academic person, is reaching out me for his problem, and the solutions were provided, and all the results has been given to him, and he got the thing what he expected for. So not only the academic people will get benefited out of our research, but also the non-academic people, mainly from industries, because nowadays many industry people, they don't have time for R&D purpose, R&D works. So they mostly rely on some of the researchers who are well versed in that area, who have expertise in that area, and they will surely approach you if they come to know about your publication, which is very visible. And third one, boost recognition within the research community. Yeah, this is the one most important point when we are doing some research. So we come into a community called research community, where there will be some seniors who already did some work where we followed them, and there will be some juniors who they are following us. And these people will be coming to know that this person has done this kind of research. So I would say that my research expertise is on composite material, that is metal matrix composite material. And when I was doing my research in metal matrix composite material, that is mainly in sonosphere fly ash particles, using them as a reinforcement, I came across one name called P.K. Rotnaki. So he's a very famous person who did research in sonosphere composite materials, that is adding sonosphere in aluminum matrix composite materials. And I had an opportunity of contacting him, and he has replied me also. So now he is in US, and I consider that email conversation between me and him was one of the best thing I had out of my research, because I was able to discuss the problems which I had, which I faced in my initial phase of research. So we had a thorough discussion through mail. So it was through a mail conversation. I was putting all my doubts to him, and also he was replying me back. This is the recognition what he got, because he was the initial person, that he was the first person. I mean, some of a few people who initially started the work on sonosphere composite materials, and he was the person who has written many papers in sonosphere composite materials. So I feel that this kind of recognition is very much needed, because we know him, we come to know about him, and we can ask many informations, like we can ask our doubts to him, and he's sharing all his informations, knowledge, etc. with us. So this has helped me to come out of the problem which I was facing during that time. So this is one of the important point I consider, that is, it boosts our recognition within the research community. So if I'm doing some research, I should be recognized by my junior researchers. So these 3 points has to be keenly observed. So the visibility and impact. And next one is, we have to see what are the benefits. What benefits we get after post publication. That is, post publication, what are the benefits we get? So first thing is, it increases citation and academic impact. This is very much important. Nowadays, we are talking about citations. So in my institution, I have some people who have more than 10,000 citations, 1,000 citations. They post it as a kind of pride, and they boost themselves that I have this kind of citations. Right? Yeah, getting more than 50 plus citations is really a big deal in this nowadays, because to be frank, in a community where communities like computer science, electronical, electricals, all this no IT backgrounded people, they get more citations because they get more papers. But as a non-IT persons like us, like I'm an aeronautical engineering, so engineering person, I don't much work on computer science related works. So I publish papers only for a limited level, and those papers has to be reached. Those papers have to reach the audience, and also it has to have more citations. That is what I require, and it also impacts on my academic in my academic institutions also. So like, I'll be recognized based on my academic performance. I mean that citation performance. So these benefits are very much important in our work culture also. And also it open doors for collaborations and funding. So if my work is being recognized, so as I told as an example, a collaboration, a funding, a kind of consultancy work. So it gives you a path. So you can work on, you work along with other people. so other university people. So I, after showcasing all my publications, I get to know about the other people who are working in the same field, and they try to collaborate with me, and we publish papers, we publish book chapters. So this is the benefit I have personally obtained after this post publication activities. And third point, like, it enhances your reputation and career prospects. So I would say that your reputation grows, your career prospect also grows. You can include all those things in your resume or your curriculum vitae. So you can try that. So based on your publications, everything. So nowadays, even I would say that even in industries, people would ask for publications. So if there is any publications, they are encouraging. In industries also, they are encouraging. I have certain friends who work in industries. They collaborate with me on paper publications. So this is very much needed for our, like, the companies, the reputation grows. The company reputation grows. The companies will be identified in the research community. So everything will be there. So it's kind of win-win strategy. So when you enhance your reputation, your career also prospects. And I would put up a quick stat here. So there is a study that shows that if you're actively promoting your research, what you're doing, and your publications, everything, it increases your citations by 30%. So every that is by every month or every 2 3 months once, everything. So if you're actively promoting what you're doing in your research, it will increase your citation by 30%. So the maximum reach can be obtained. So this is what I was telling you, like, your citations are very much important. So that is how you reach through the community. So if I want to see, if I'm checking some persons, if I'm checking a faculty from other college, so I will be looking into his Google profile, Google Scholar profile, so that I can come to know what is his active citation. So there are certain people who have published many papers and they have much citations. So it is about what you do, what you should not do. So the way of promotion is very much needed for your publication, right? And also, when we talk about the critical evaluation, so I was telling this point, critical evaluation within the research community point. So this part will be focused on one certain platform. So we have a platform called ResearchGate. So I hope many would know what is ResearchGate. And in that platform, um, I came across many people who give recommendations, who have messaged me regarding my research work, and who have been contacting me for certain process of helping them in their work. So everything, like, all these things adds a value to your career, adds a value to your reputation. So it has to be noted that post publication is very much important for you to reach out in your place. So you have to create your own space in the research community. So this post publication activities creates your own space in the research community. So now let us move on to the next one. So next is platforms for enhancing your research visibility. Okay, fine. I want to improve my impact. I want to create some impact of my publications. I want to create some um, I want to create some space for myself in the research community. So by how I can do that? So in what ways that can be achieved? So we are going to see what are the platforms that are needed. So the platforms which can enhance your research visibility, where you can showcase what you have done, and that will be reaching the audience, that is the academic and non-academic audience. So first, let us go with the academic platforms. So I would suggest some academic platforms here. So first what I would say is ResearchGate. You can share your papers. You can ask questions regarding any of the publications which has been published by other community people. You have to follow them. And if any papers that has been published by them is been uploaded, or it has been updated in that ResearchGate community, you'll be getting a notification. And in that, you can go through the papers, and if it is needed for you, you can download it. Or if you have any doubts in that, you can ask questions in that in that platform itself, so that the author who has uh, uploaded or updated his information about the journal will connect with you. So it will have a better visibility, and also it can create a connection with all the researchers around this world. And this kind of process I personally experienced. So I've been asked certain questions from some of the researchers from other countries like Russia, then some Middle East countries and all. I have received questions. So those people, they are working on, even they are professors, they are more experienced than us. They want to know something. So this is what the beauty part is. That is, we should not be thinking that everything what I know is the thing which nobody knows or anything. So even though if we know everything, if we are being an experienced person, we have to learn certain things that we have to take it. That we should not go with some egoistic things or anything. So those professors, though they're in Russia or any other countries, Ukraine, so those people and all, they are very much keen in knowing what is happening around other countries, what is happening mainly in India. They are very much keen in knowing what is the research activities that is happening in India, because I think that mostly we produce quality research nowadays. We are moving towards the quality research. So before it was like, it is not much mandatory, like the research quality was very down when compared with the improvement in the last 6 7 years. So before that, the research was nothing like publishing a paper, just publishing a paper, right? Then after that, we went into the mode of Scopus publications, Web of Science publications. Now we are moving to the part of Q1, Q2, Q3. So now I feel I can see that many people around the academic community, they are trying to publish their papers in Q1 and Q2 journals. And also Scopus is also accepted, but many are moving towards this Q1 and Q2 quality journals. So where the research is being refined, because publishing papers in Q1 and Q2 is not that much easy. So it is a kind of improvement that I can see in this last 7 years span. And the next platform which we can relay is academia, so that can showcase your work and track reads and citations. So some people who can like, you can download the papers from academia also, and the citations, the reads can be tracked, and this academia will provide a statistical report upon your publications, your reads and citations. So I feel that these two academic platforms are very much needed. So everybody should need a account in ResearchGate as well as in academia. So I'll be telling you what are the ways how to create all those profiles. And next is citation platform. So this is one of the most important platform that we all want to know. And first one is, obviously, it is Google Scholar. So it is to create and maintain a public profile to track your citations. I hope many will be having a Google Scholar profile. But the point is, nobody is effectively using that Google profile. Like the initial researchers, even me as an initial researcher, I was not properly concentrating on this Google Scholar profile. And many informations, we can add all our informations related to our publications, whether it is a paper, that is a research article, or a conference paper, or a patent. So everything can be added in the Google Scholar. So mostly we will be adding only the publications and conference papers, but we are not so much bothered about going into the showcasing the publication of patents. And even we can upload our thesis, so we can showcase our thesis. If anybody is in need of the thesis, they can go through it. So it is also a kind of citations it will be given. And the next one is Orchid. Orchid is a kind of unique researcher ID to link all your works. So if you have a Orchid ID, you can link all your works, whatever publications, whether it is a Scopus based journal, Q1, Q2, anything. So you can input all the informations in that. And there is another unique characteristics of Orchid, which I will show you in the upcoming slides. So it is very much important. I'm not sure whether many knows that or not, but it is a very kind of unique platform to share your citations. And the next one is Scopus author profile. So if you publish a paper in Scopus, and if you want to if you want to create a author profile in Scopus, it is free. You can create an account. And if you have published a paper in Scopus indexed journals, and your information, your profile will be created automatically, and it also helps us to track the index publication. So we can search for the journals which is under Scopus. And so it is very much important, because nowadays many of us are bothered about publications in Scopus. We are not going with some ordinary publications. And so Scopus will give a index, that is a track of what publications you have made in Scopus based journals. And also it provides the citations in it. And Web of Science is another kind of platform where which is equivalent, not much equivalent, but nearly equivalent to Scopus, where you can create a profile and you can showcase your indexed publications, Web of Science publications, and also it will show your citations. So these four platforms are very much important for your publication. So all the researchers should have a profile in all these four platforms. It is very much needed, and also it is very much helpful for you to showcase your research and create awareness about what you're doing in the research community. So next, move on to our social media. So nowadays, social media is one of the powerful tool, not only for a celebrity or anybody, but it is also very much needed for our researchers. So in this, I would share two social media platforms. One is Twitter, where you can share your updates, engage with peers, and follow conferences. So Twitter has certain pages where the information is regarding, even not even Twitter, but even in Instagram as well as in Facebook also we have this facility. So we have to follow the proper science pages where information is related to science and technology. People related to your research community will be sharing their knowledge, giving their updates, and also information related to conferences will be shared in that social media pages. And next one is a professional social media, LinkedIn. So it is a professional network, and it should be created. So all people should build a professional network and promote your work in that. And it is a very big platform, and also effective platform. So we make our students compulsory to create a LinkedIn profile right from the second year. Like from the third semester, they should have a LinkedIn profile, and they should showcase what they are doing, because nowadays many students are going with some NPTEL courses, they do some internships. So all these things they have to show it, so that if any person, like in your resume also, you can add your LinkedIn profile link, so that if you're sending it to a recruiter, so the recruiter will look into your LinkedIn, so you will understand what things you have done and what is your qualification. Even we have a specific portal in LinkedIn where you can apply for work, and some notifications related to work will come. So this LinkedIn is a very good platform for us to connect with our community people, as well as that is both academic and non-academic people. And also it is a very good platform. Nowadays it is turning into a platform where we can find some uh, job opportunities also. So apart from this platforms, I would say another platform which I recently came across, which is Altmetric Explorer. So this Altmetric Explorer is used to track the impact of your research output, and it also identifies the areas of your strength. So this Altmetric Explorer, I have not mentioned in this slide. Why? Because I came across this slide recently, and this website recently, and I found that it requires a subscription from your organization. So if your organization, if it is a educational institution or any organization, a company, it has to have a subscription for that Altimetric Explorer, so that you can create a profile in that. So without the institutional or organizational subscription, you cannot create any profile in that. So in that aspect, I am not having a profile in Altimetric Explorer, and it is very much easy. So you can search Google it, and you can come to know about it. And if it is very much necessary, you can recommend, you can put this to your organization head so that they can go with the subscription, right? So out of all these platforms which are mainly enhancing your research visibility, I would say a tip in this. So the tip is consistency across platforms ensures a strong online presence. So not only by creating this profiles, your LinkedIn profile or Google Scholar, it doesn't mean that your job is done. So if you want to have a strong online presence, that you want to be updated in the current trend, you have to be frequently visiting, you should be frequently using these profiles, these platforms. So I think many of us have LinkedIn app. It is available in the Play Store. You can install that in your phone, and you can log in through what is happening, what is happening around you. And even I came across many information. So like most of my social media exploring is LinkedIn only. So I go through LinkedIn, I track what is happening around me, and what is the requirement. So if any company HR wants any kind of people for any job specification, I'll share it with my people, my students. And today morning also I came across one beautiful post written by one IIT student who has done his first semester. I shared it with my students and I told them to go through that. So this kind of like spending our time in social media. So many of us will not be happy. I mean, many of our people around us will not be happy when we are much into the social media. But there are certain points that, there are certain issues or things, certain things that we have to make sure that we should spend our time wisely in proper social media. So LinkedIn is one of the best networking social media I prefer for connecting with all the people around me. So even I got this opportunity of doing this presentation through LinkedIn, and I'm happy for that. So LinkedIn, I would suggest everybody to have a profile in LinkedIn and share all your informations about yourself that is related to your academic and research related informations. So it will be quite useful for other people who are following you. So now I'll just show some of the academic platforms which I'm having. So I'll just go with the ResearchGate. Once again, I'll just so sorry. I hope my ResearchGate profile is visible. Can I get an answer for it? Hmm? Is it visible? Yeah. So this is my ResearchGate profile, and I would say actually I have two ResearchGate profiles because I worked in two institutions. Before I was working in Nehru Group of institutions, and now I am working in NITTE Meenakshi. So this ResearchGate profile can be created using your official email ID. So I have a secondary official email ID also that I have created a second ResearchGate profile also. But this is one of the oldest thing where all my research is being published. So you can just add your research here, and you can showcase. So you can see the number of articles, the books, the book chapter. So I have written books, and those books has been shared, and you can ask any question. So this was the question which I asked 7 years ago while I was doing my PhD. So the question is, I'm working on material replacement in small spurgees. Before implementation of the material, a model test has to be carried out by tribological properties evaluation. Please suggest me simple laboratory test to find the wearing of gears which can be carried out in low cost. So this is one of the discussions we can have, and some people have answered, and some people have read this, and they have contacted me, and all these things are happening, and also certain things. So how to extract aluminum oxide from any kind of industrial waste? So it is a connection, like you can contact me and all these things. So is quenching process change the internal structure of materials? Yes, the quenching process. This is the answer which I gave to one student, I think, during 2018. Yes, the quenching process, which rapidly cooling after the heat treatment, will alter the positions of the atomic bond in the material, which leads to microstructural change of the material. So this is a very good platform where you can connect with all the researchers around you, and also you can get some suggestions in your area of work. So whatever the papers you upload in this, so you can get some suggestions based on your interest. So if I want to go with any one of the work recently, so if I want to develop my work, so this is sliding wear characteristics of AL7075 reinforced with silicon and senosphere particles. So this paper is very much related to the work which I have done. So I can go with this, I can see what it is, I can download it. So this is one of the best platform, I can say, for getting in a connection with all the people around us who is doing research related to our field. So by adding your own research interest, you can able to get all this access. You just have to add your create your profile. That is, mostly it has to be created using your official email ID. And next one is academia. So this is academia, where you can, again, the same. It is more or less like ResearchGate only. So where you can add your profiles. I mean, you can create a profile, and you can add all your papers. And I think only few papers I've added in this. I have not uploaded much. And you can see how many people are viewing your work. So you get a statistical analysis of it, right? So this is how you can see how many visitors you have visited your profile, how many documents they have seen. So this kind of statistics you can get it, and also you can get the activity. So you will get the information. So if you have a premium subscription, you will come to know which researcher is reading your paper. So this one, someone from Turkey read your paper on design and fabrication of EDF afterburner test rig, and someone from Indonesia has studied the same paper. Someone was from India. So this has to be like, if you want a subscription, you have to, I mean, if you have a premium subscription, you can see which people are following. But generally, you can go through how many people are there, like looking into your research activity. So this statistical report will be generated, and it will also be sending frequent mails to you. So the next one is Google Scholar. So as I told, Google Scholar is very much like, it is one of the most important. Like every researcher will be having this Google Scholar, and I would place one suggestion if you're maintaining a Google Scholar profile. So if you're maintaining a Google Scholar profile, please try to add your verified email ID. That is your official email ID. If you have an official email ID, please add that, so that it will be like your profile will be seen by the public. So public visibility will be more for your profile. So if you're not adding your verified email ID, that is through your official email ID, it will not be going into public, and most of your work, what you're trying to show, will not have that much visibility. And one of the important thing is you can add all the papers. You can add all your papers. You can add your conference papers, book chapters, and and this is my thesis which I've added. So if somebody is in need of something related to the thesis, complete thesis, so they can use mine. I mean, I'm open to show that, and also I have added some of the patents which I have applied. So it is a kind of open forum where you can discuss what you have done, what you can show, or what you have done, and also you can add it. Like you can have the options of adding it in a manual, or you can even sometimes if you use this article, add article, it will by seeing your recognizing your name, it will import your informations regarding paper publications. And also you can see the citations, the number of citations, what is the H index, I index, and all. So this H index and I index is very much important for your publications, for you to be recognized in your PhD, in your research community. And also, I'll just place a small suggestion. I would tell you that kindly go with good journals, so that many people, for example, when I was doing my PhD, my supervisor used to tell me, like, if you're doing literature, go with some recognized journals. Don't go with ordinary journals. Even though the ordinary journals, some of the ordinary journals has some informations which is very much needed for me. I couldn't afford those because those citations will not be properly counted. So you have to go with publications which is very much like Scopus Index journals, Web of Science Index journals, and Q1, Q2, Q3, even Q4 is fine. So all the quality kind of journals has to be preferred for your publications. If it is not, then your citations, your papers, what you publish, is not that much. It will not be having that much reach towards the audience. So I have some papers which are having good publication visibility because it is being published in various journals, and also the quality of work. So I generally prefer in publishing only the quality of work. For namesake and all, the publication will not be. I will not carry out any publications. So the publication which I carry out should be having some quality, and it should be read by the research people. So that is what I feel. And also your Orchid ID. So this is what I was telling you, the Orchid ID. So this Orchid ID it's a record where you can keep all the informations about you. And you can see, like, even though the publications are from other sources, you can include them, and it will be sometimes it will be included by cross reference, or sometimes it has to be included in the manual information. So certain all the publications what I've did till today, like, it has been added in this. And the important thing which I was I was telling you is the review activity. So as I was introduced as reviewer for some of the source journals. So the papers what you review. So I am a reviewer of this IJIDEM. So these people, they frequently contact me, and whenever I do a review, and it will be added. So this is added through them, Springer Nature, through them by default. So this is one of the benefit in Orchid. So it's not only about your publications, whatever the reviews what you do. So if it is a well established journals, they will provide informations about your reviews also. And Scopus author profile. So creating a Scopus author profile is very much easy in the sense, if you publish a paper in Scopus, you will get this Scopus author. So you can see how many documents, how many citations you have, and how many documents you added, and what is the H index, all these things. So this is what the documents, and what are the citations of all those documents. And so this is one of the latest paper which I have published, which is in Q2 Journal of Engineering, and it is published during 2 months before. So, like, all the information will be having, like, it will be shared in this Scopus profile. So it is very much important, and you can also link it with your Orchid ID. so that whatever the updates that comes into your Scopus author profile or well as in Orchid, it will be included in the other part also. So this is the benefits of having profiles, and even Web of Science also. So Web of Science is also one of the pure community where you can it is equivalent, which is more or less like Scopus. So I have 3 papers in Scopus. I mean 4 papers in Scopus, and uh, like so you can, and also it is also linked with the Orchid ID. So these are the platforms where you can add all your research. So these are the citation platforms, right? And LinkedIn. So the next one, the social media which I was mentioning was LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is one of the best platform where you can add information about you, the activities what you're going through, and your experience, as well as your education's projects, and what are the publications. Even you can show your publications here in LinkedIn profile, right? You can also add your co-authors if they are in LinkedIn. So it is a kind of creating connection with all the people who are around you. So these publications can be read by all the people. Even industry people can also go, like they can also come across your profile, and also you can come to know how many people have visited your profile. All those informations will be provided. So LinkedIn is one of the best platform for you to connect, and also you can post some of the information, some activities related to what you're doing, what you're going through, all these things. So you can showcase with the publications what you're doing, so the patents what you obtain. So all these informations. So if you find anything which is interesting, an interesting topic, so that you can share, so that the people who are following you will get this notification and they will come across. So it is a kind of win-win strategy. So I can make some way for some of my people who are following me. Mostly many of my students, former students, they are following me, and they will come to know what is happening, what I'm doing, what is happening around me, and I'll share the information which is happening around the industry, so that they will get benefited out of it. So this is one of the best platform. I would say that to all the people to have it, because it will help you to get your connections properly, as well as your academic. Like it is a kind of showcase where you can put all your informations, and it will be reaching out both academic and as well as industry people. And also you can get some informations related to your jobs. So if you, it will go through, like if you're open to any kind of opportunities, you can try it. And so this is one of the kind of best social platform, social media kind of platform, I would say. So just showing some of the, so I'll just show you some. So these are some screenshots of the profiles which I showed you. So you should have a connection with all the people around you through these platforms. And also it is not that you, once you create this platform and you leave it as it is, and it is not like that. You should be continuously monitoring what is happening around you. You should be logging in every day, and you should show that your presence is happening in the platforms. And mainly in LinkedIn, you should be logging in LinkedIn, so that the people will around you will come to know what is happening, what you are doing. So it is very much important that you are showcasing people what we are doing. Okay, so now let us move on to the next content. So the ways of promoting your research. So how you're promoting your research. Okay. So first one is content marketing. So about you, marketing is one of the major things. So you should market yourself in this field. So it is not that like I do a publication, I show it to some of the people, I show it to my management for some incentive. That's all. I leave it again. I for namesake, I'm putting it in the LinkedIn or in any of the profile in any of the platforms, and that's all. I'm keeping quiet. That's all. My job is done. So it is not the way. So you should market yourself. You should make sure that you are being reached to all the people. So some, if you're moving into some conference, for example, if there is any conference and you are going to participate in that conference, and the people who are attending that conference should know you. So that is what content marketing is. You have to show what you're doing to this world. So in that, you have to write lay summaries to simplify your findings for non-specialists. So as I told, like, people, there are people who doesn't who are not specialists in the field in which you are working. There are some common people. So you have to make sure that what you are writing, what you're giving as information, it should be understandable by those people also. So I'll give a final example about this point in the last of this presentation. And next is creating blogs explaining the practical applications of your work. So I think that many of us know about blogging, writing some blogs, all these things. Many will have a habit of writing some contents related to what they feel, what is about they are doing, and many writers have a blog specially. So as we are researchers also, I feel that we should have a blog for ourselves where we want to showcase what is happening. So it is like, not that you're creating something like, not only the writers has to create a blog. Some people out of hobbies, they are creating all these things and all. We should have a blog for ourselves so we can share all the informations, not only the informations what we are working on. We should also share the informations which we come across in our day-to-day life. For example, as I told, in LinkedIn we come across many of the informations, many questions. So there are people who ask questions in LinkedIn. So recently I saw a kind of analysis in LinkedIn where I'm not sure about that person's name. I forgot the person's name, but he's from Turkey, I think, Turkey or some country. He was showcasing his analysis report, some pictures of what he has done in analysis, like launching a satellite using a ball. So he designed a very large ball of very large diameter, and next he designed another one ball of diameter which is less than the first ball, and third he has designed another one ball which is less than the second and first ball's diameter. And what he was suggesting is, by creating an impact in the first ball, that is the ball which is having a bigger diameter, you can able to create a bouncing effect, and that bouncing effect will create the satellite, will make the satellite to go to the atmospheric. That is, I think it is for a low orbit condition. I think so. He has mentioned something. I found that that way is not properly, like, I felt that he was not explaining it properly, or in what way he's trying to explain that information. Because my question is, the satellite or the rocket which has to go to the outer space has to have a escape velocity of 11 kilometers per second. So I was asking him, I was connecting him through LinkedIn, asking him whether is this possible of achieving this 11 kilometers per second velocity, which is escape velocity from Earth, whether it is possible for in this process, whether a satellite can be launched with that velocity. Yeah, I think he has not answered me till now. But the kind of information what we get, so we can also have a try on that. So we have some students who come to us for the project works and all, or for mini projects. We can ask them to work on that. We can see whether it is possible for us, because the information what he has shared is not complete. It is a part. It is just certain information. So with that we can develop. So like this, if we have a blog, so he used LinkedIn as a blog, his kind of professional blog. But there are options where you can use other blogs also, like other blogs also. And I feel that LinkedIn is one of the most important platform where you can utilize it for all the purpose. So this point is very much needed. That is, we have to explain what are the applications, what we are working for, what is the point of our work through our blogs, through our writings, that we can explain. So this is a way of content marketing. And also we can use some infographics, some visual abstracts for better engagement. So we can use some tools for it. I'll show you what are the tools that are available for this. So these 3 points are very much important for your content marketing. And followed by this, we have an option of network opportunities. So in network opportunities, where we can do is like we can come across some information related to conferences where we can go and present in that conferences using a oral presentation, or I mean a PowerPoint presentation or a poster presentation. And also you can join the academic communities and forum. So there are a lot of academic or some research communities and forums in many of the social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, as well as in LinkedIn. So you can join those academic communities and forum, and you can have a discussion, open discussion with all the people. So as I showed you in academia, also we have this option of having discussions. You can ask questions, you get the answers. You can answer people's questions. So this is how we can make use of our networking opportunities. We come across many people where we can collaborate with them and work along with them. And showcasing the impact. So this is what I was telling you is Altimetrics. So this Altimetrics is one of the platforms which I came across recently, which tracks your online attentions of your work and your presentations, all these things. So if you have an institutional subscription, you can create alt metrics profile, and you can keep a track of all your activities. And also you can monitor and download citations, so you can see how much citations your papers are reaching, what other papers which are very much important for your citations, you can download that. So this is how the promotion of research is acting. So it is mainly on content marketing network, and it creates, because of the content marketing, it creates a network opportunities, and because of this, it will showcase some impact in your profile. So this impact will be monitored, and we can see how our reach is happening in our own community. All these activities can be seen through all the citations. So if your paper citation increases, then your work is being reaching the people. So the researchers, the fellow researchers who is doing research along with you, who is been behind doing research with you, so he wants to follow you and he's citing your paper. So that is what your promotion of research mainly deals with. Yes, next is engaging with the academic community. So, how to engage with the academic community? As I told, like we have to form an academic community, like people with other institutions who are working in the same field, and even also in the different field where we want to work along with them for interdisciplinary concepts. So we have to have engaging kind of activity along with them. And what are those? So let us see all those things. First point we would see is collaborations. So you have to partner with researchers in your field for joint projects. So this kind of partnering in research will help you to produce more papers, more fund applications, more consultancy works. Also, it will be paying way for consultancy works also. So I would say that recently in our institution we have our parent institution in Mangalore. So it is NITTE University. So we are also a part of NITTE University from this year. First, we have been autonomous college, and now we are a part of NITTE University. So it is mandatory for us to go with our fellow people. Like, for example, mechanical department is there in that university. So we have to come up with some joint projects, joint collaborations with all those people who are working in the other institution in Bangalore, and we have to produce papers, patents. So we have to partner along with them in our own field. That is like composites means it is in the field of composites. You have to have a collaboration with them. So this will be very beneficial for us, because the like many I feel that many people after completing their PhD, they don't much concentrate on the post work of PhD. Like sorry, for example, if I'm doing a work on composite materials after my PhD, I'm least bothered about extending my work. So nobody is bothered about working on an extensive way. Like always there will be an end. Some like people will put an end for the PhD. After PhD, they will not be working on their work, unless otherwise it is needed for kind of some postdoc or anything. But I suggest that people should work on their research after, that is post research activity. They should work on the same field what they were doing. Like for example, if you're working on composite materials, you have to carry the work of composite materials after your PhD. That cannot be carried out, like it cannot be carried out by a single person, because before PhD it was mandatory for us to complete it, because to do it because we want to complete the PhD. But after PhD we don't consider that. We don't consider of doing the same research work. So what we can do is we can collaborate with the researchers who are working along with us in the same field, and we can have a joint collaboration working along with them, and we can publish papers out of it, so that the work, the burden, uh, the amount of workload will be shared with these two people or three people, and we have some enough quality research that can be carried out because of this collaboration. And also we can create some multidisciplinary networks. So for example, one or two of my recent patents in this year was a multidisciplinary collaboration. So I was working on two patents. One is wireless charging pad. Many would think that there is no necessity for aeronautical engineering person to work on wireless charging, and another one is IoT smart device. It is a pattern on IoT smart device. So these two are not my field of research, but the thing is, the collaboration what I made is I have a contact with some people who know that I can do some work in some CAD software, so I can do designing and all. So they approached me to do a CAD layout, so that I help them in designing the components. So this is a kind of multidisciplinary. So I gave some suggestions on design part, so that I've been included in that pattern. So this kind of multidisciplinary engagement can be possible if you do collaborations with other department people. Even for EC department, like last year during Respond project application, which was being sent by ISRO. So some of the people from our EC department, they wanted to try in some satellite communication, and they seek my support for satellite applications. So, being an aeronautical person, we will be knowing about something related to satellites, orbital mechanics. So, they wanted me to guide them in their application, and also it was happening, and it was a collaborative work. So, it is a multidisciplinary engagement. So, through collaborations, we can build some multidisciplinary network. So, it is not that we should be sticking into our own disciplinary network. So, we can have to go out of the box to think that what is happening in the other fields also. So it will be useful for us, because knowledge sharing is one of the best part. So I feel that knowledge sharing is one of the best part that you can do, because like many of our ancestors used to say that if you share your wealth, it will get reduced, but if you share your knowledge, it will not get reduced. But by the way, if you share your knowledge, you also come to know something more, so your knowledge will increase. So this is what some of our ancestors used to say. So multidisciplinary is one of the good aspects in having collaborations. And also you can get some educational outreach. So what you can do in this educational outreach, you can conduct webinars, workshops to share your insights to all the people. So you out of this, so recently we were working on green hydrogen projects. So we have certain people in our institution who are working in hydrogen fuels, hydrogen cells. So it is a green energy project, and we were also a part of that hydrogen cell projects. So we come to know about that, and we organized some workshops on it. And also I attended NPTEL courses on green energy. So it is a kind of, so it is not only like, as I told, you should not be sticking into your own disciplinary, and you should be keep on focusing only on that. So you have to come out of that. You have to concentrate on other aspects which are in the current trend, because nowadays in aircraft engines they are using hydrogen fuels. So in order to reduce the emissions, greenhouse effect emissions, they are using hydrogen fuels. So now we are working after coming to know about the hydrogen fuels, how it is useful for aeronautical industries. So some of the drone companies, they are using hydrogen fuel cells. So after getting some insights about it, so we are now working on implementing hydrogen fuels in engines, mainly to see how the emissions are getting reduced. And also we can conduct seminars and webinars so that the informations what we do, that the research work what we carry out will be passed to the students, to the postgraduate students, to the research scholars, etc. And also you can mentor young researchers or students. So this is one of the most important thing. So many of us will who are working in the academic institution, so we will be coming to a point to guide some students for project, for the final year projects. If it is college, I mean, if it is an institution which is having PG courses, then we'll be guiding PG students also. So, if you want to guide a student in this current scenario, so we cannot go with the very old ideas what we know or what we did. So we have to come out with some of the ideas so that some novelty has to be carried out. So there is a like many of the institutions nowadays are concentrating much on student publications also. So for us, it is necessary for the students, like it is very much important for the students to have some novelty in his work, because uh, the student has to know he should not be regularly doing what he is doing, like similarly taking some condition, doing some analysis and giving the report. That is not the thing. He has to implement something in his work, and he has to go for a publication. So, with this engagement, we can mentor the young researchers and students to carry out certain research. So, we cannot completely give them a big research activity or a topic. So, we can give some part of research what we are planning to do, and that can be, and they can be guided properly so that the outcome comes as a publication or a patent. So, this is what I suggest the audience to carry out. So, if you're working in a academic institution, kindly make sure that you are guiding the students through your interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary activities, and also try to make them publish a quality paper, or make them to attend some conferences. So it is very much mandatory for the students to attend some conferences or publish some papers. And contribution to academia, yeah, so this is one of the important things. So this is one of the benefit what you get if you are engaging with the academic community. So you can able to review articles for journals, so that your credibility will be established. And also you can join editorial boards to gain some leadership experiences. So as I told, you can, like, if your publications, your research work is being visible, which is being reaching the academia, non-academia people, so you will be able to get some benefits out of it. That is reviewing of articles, journal articles, and also joining the editorial boards. So which will be adding to your credibility in your resume or in your curriculum vitae. Now, managing long-term research profiles. So this is one of the important things we have to make sure that. First point is we have to regularly update our profiles. So as I told, in the Google Scholar or academia or LinkedIn, so it is not that they it will get automatic update or anything, but you have to regularly update publications, citations, and achievements what you have done. So LinkedIn is one of the best platform where you can do all these three. Google Scholar, you can go with some publications and citations, and also along with that ResearchGate, and develop a personal website. So this was the thing which I was telling you. So you have to create a personal website for yourself. So I'll tell you in what way you can create a personal website. And it is very much needed because it can showcase your research profile, achievements, and curriculum vitae. So it can be reached out. It will be very useful for people who wants to have a collaboration with you, because in many of the universities we see that we contact many professors. We go to their college website, and we can see that some colleges, some universities, some institutions have a detailed research portfolio about the professors. but some institutions will not have much details about them. It will have only the experience, what are the subjects they are taking, and something related to some basic informations. So if you have a personal website, you can propaganda those personal website, so that the people will come to know what you're doing. So it is very important. So I'll show you how to create a personal website at the end of this session. And finally, publishing follow-up works. So build on earlier research with longitudinal studies or new application, engage with post-publication feedback to refine your work. So these 2 points. So this is like after your publication, you have to follow up what you're working on. So it is not that when you publish one article related to a certain topic, it is not that you should not consider that as the end of your work. So you have to go with some other applications. You have to go along with what is happening. It's like in the next scenario, next years, upcoming months, what is happening, what people are doing. Like you can change the combinations, you can change the analysis method, you can change what is the application that you already fixed, you can change the applications. So all these things can be done. And yeah, I would say that research is a never-ending process. So if you're doing research based on one stream, so you have to continue. So you have to keep on doing that. So you should continue that. You should not stop it in between. Like after completing a PhD or anything, you should not stop it. So you have to continue your research with new applications, and also you got to engage with post-publication feedbacks. So, for example, if my publication is there, so I would make my colleagues to go through my paper. So, what my colleagues will do is like they will go through my paper and they will place some suggestions. So we used to discuss what we have done in our PhD or what we have done in our thesis. So I used to share my thesis along with my friends, my colleagues. So I want them to go through my thesis and tell me what can be done better. So if anything is there, so if any person who is coming like who is willing to do PhD under me, so I can ask him if he is interested in that work. So many of the people have some ideas about their PhD, some will not have some ideas on their PhD. Even you can make the UG students or PG students to work on your work. You can take back your work. So that is done by post publications. Like after your publications, you have to show what you have done, so that yeah, the people will give some comments over it, and you have to take all the comments in a constructive way. So it should not be hurting your ego. So it should be constructive way. So you have to take on all the points and suggestions. You have to work on it, and you have to come up with next set of research. So this is what the publishing follow-up work will work out. And next one, that is ethical professional considerations, ethical and professional considerations. So yeah, so what are the ethical? Even we have research ethics, we have professional ethics. So for publications, so I see that many people nowadays they are using some of the AI softwares for writing their papers or anything. Like some of the students, mainly students, are using those AI softwares. So I don't consider that using a AI software is an ethical way of publishing or doing research, because all these days everybody has done research without the help of any AI or anything. So of course they have used some Google, some options they would have used. But the thing is, research is like a water flow. Like it is a falls, waterfalls. It should come like a waterfall. It should come with the flow. It should not be taken somewhere. It should not be copied out. And there should be some ethical manners that has to be followed. So first one is like you have to be very much cautious in avoiding the predatory publishers. So there are journals where they can fish you, like you can, it is Scopus based journals, and you can come with our publication. So I have a personal experience with this kind of people during my PhD. Like without knowingly, I came across like I sent my paper to this kind of people who have mailed me personally. So I thought these people are real when, because I'll show you an example. Hmm. So this is one of the predictor publications. So actually, this journal is not a proper. This website is not a proper website. It is a phishing website. You can see all this ISN number, the website, everything will be like if you search in Google, this page will come. But this is not a true journal. It is actually a phishing journal where you have to pay some money for this. They say that this has been started in 1930 and even it is available in Scopus, everything it is there. But it is a proxy website. It is a proxy. So you have to pay certain money. So not all journals will ask money. There is APC will be there. So elsewhere, Springer, all these journals will have some APC. Um, but these journals will be asking us to pay some 20,000 or 10,000 something kind of money, and it will be you will not get your proper uh, like paper like you cannot claim this paper back. So it is a kind of phishing journal. So we should be very much careful in this aspect. So we should not get into a trap of this. So, yeah. So you should ensure that journals are indexed in trusted databases like Scopus or Web of Science. So make sure that it is not been a predatory publisher, so you don't lose money out of it. And open access. So share your work ethically without violating the copyrights. So when we are publishing, we sign the copyrights form, so that we should not violate. So we should be following the ethical way of open access, and also like we should explore the repositories like institutional archives. So if you have, like, if you want to download a particular journal, please try to download it from the trusted websites. Please don't go with Sci-Hub or any of the proxy websites to download your papers, literatures. Or I can suggest you another way if you want. If the paper what you are looking for, if the article which you are looking for is not like if it is paid and if you can't afford that article, you can directly mail the author. So the author email ID will be present somewhere. You can mail them. If by chance if they'll come across your mail, they can send you over their paper. So some of my people like for in my case, I have helped many people like this. I given my own paper. They who have contacted me through mail, where those papers are not been no, those people are payable for them. So I have helped them out of their like checking if they can't really afford it. Then only I will share them. Otherwise, if they are not like if they are from some recognized organization, I will ask them to go with the subscription and get the paper to be downloaded. And so citations and acknowledge all the contributions. So this is very much important. So in your paper, acknowledge all the citations. That is all the contributions then, and also you can avoid your self plagiarism. So mostly self plagiarism is not much considered, but it has to be given some lights. So this is what the professional and ethical ways of considering of publishing your papers. And certain tools you can use for as a researcher, some tools and resources. So as I told, Altmetrics Explorer and also PlumX, which is a kind of impact measurement tools. And for content creation, so this I said for your infographics. So you can use Canva and overlay for polished manuscripts. And also reference management, you can use Manly, EndNote, and Zotero. So I used Manly. Manly is one of the best reference management software. It is available in website. There is a, you can it is online digital library kind of thing. So you can create an account in Manly, and also you can download the app in your Windows platform, and you can log into the whatever the like articles you are uploading in that. So you will get a suggestions based on that articles, new papers which is been published in the recent years or months or anything. You will get the suggestions, and you can go through that also. So mainly is one of the best reference management, and also it helps you to write literatures also. So I wrote my literature using Menly software only. So you can get all the informations. You can export all that into piptex, and that can be imported in your Word document, so that you get a proper uh, literature citations, and also you can write your bibliography using Menly software. So now let us move on to the final summary. The summary, what you want to say is why publication post activities matter. So it enhances visibility, academic impact, and collaboration opportunities, strengthens your professional reputation and career trajectory, and platforms to boost visibility. So as we know, we use tools like Google Scholar, ResearchGate, Orchid, and social media to reach broader audience, promoting your research. Simplify and share your research through blogs, infographics, and lay summaries, and actively participate in conferences and academic discussions, and engaging with community, that is collaboration with viewers, mentors, and others, and contribute as a reviewer or editors, and manage long time profiles, like regularly update your academic profiles, and create a personal website. So this is the suggestion I give you: create a personal website for you, and leverage feedback and exploration opportunities for follow-up studies. Finally, ethical and professional practices. Please follow the ethical and professional practices, avoid predatory publishers, embrace open access, and maintain citations integrity. And some of the takeaways. So your research profile is a continuous project. Promotion and engagement do not end at publication. So if you get a promotion, if you get a incentive for your publication, don't see that as the end of it. It is a continuous work. So you have to carry out, you have to carry out your work, and utilize diverse platforms and tools to expand your research reach. So as I told, use a lot of social media platforms, LinkedIn, Google Scholar, everything. You use it, that those and all diverse platforms. Use it properly, so that you get into a wide reach of audience, and stay active in the academic community to establish a strong long-term presence. This is very much important. So in your community, if your name is being told in somewhere in some point, people should recognize you, that you are this person who has done research in this field. So that has to be done by being staying active in your community, research community, and also that establishes a strong presence till the age you retire or you come out of your academic or professional work. So that will be keeping you intact. And finally, ethical practices ensure credibility and respect in the research world. So whatever you do, you should have to follow ethics, proper ethics. You should not go with some backdoor ways. So make sure that you follow the ethical practices, and that earns credibility and respect in this research world. So these are the four takeaways I recommend you out of this session. And I would like to ask you any, like, if this forum is now open for question and answers.
Yes, sir. We have some couple of questions, and so over to Dr. Arunava, sir. So can you just put up the questions?
Yes, yes. First of all, thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful lecture. And there are some questions from our audience, and I would like to put up the questions to you. First question came up like suggest any two unpaid software
Unpaid software related to?
related to nothing was written. Think it is written like
I think it is about this tool diagrams and all, I think.
Yeah,
Because
as I said,
yeah,
tools. Okay, fine.
tools. Yeah,
Unpaid software is Mendy is unpaid. There is no necessary for us to pay in Mendy. And also EndNote. EndNote is also unpaid. You can, I mean, it is a free software. You can use both of them.
yes, Mendeley also
right.
it is also unpaid, I think.
Hmm.
Okay, next question is how to find academic communities and forums easily.
Yeah, that is as I told, you can connect using your social media platform. So uh, many of us use social media like Instagram or Facebook for seeing some memes or anything. So I don't recommend that. Even I used to see all those things, but most of my communications in social media is for scientific research, all those things. So you can search some of the topics like if you want to see CFD forum, so you can ask CFD aerospace forum. You can get it in LinkedIn or Instagram. So what are the keywords you are looking for? You can search in the toolbar, first bar, and you can find out all the forums. And those forums will be sharing information, some insights about what is happening. So some industry people will be there; they will be sharing their insights also. As I told, one of the example, launching a satellite using a balloon, big ball, that is a balloon kind of ball. So you can try something on that. So you can work on that also. So you can ask your students to work. So it is not that somebody has to come and give some topic or idea for research. You can take whatever research. So even if you by seeing something, you can think of something scientifically, and you can take a problem on it and work on it. And recently, I would share some recent information. Like one of my friend is from professional background. He's my very close friend, best friend. We worked together, and I was discussing something with him regarding trapped vortex combustion chamber. So recently, I published a paper in trapped vortex combustion chamber, and I was discussing that with him, and I said him like this analysis. What I did is 2D analysis. I wanted to convert that into a 3D analysis, and also I just want to see if I can place a swirler in that trapped vortex combustion chamber. And he said, as a being a propulsion expert, he said no trapped vortex combustion chamber will have a swirler. So it is not designed like that. So you just better you think of that. I thought, okay, fine, he's a expert in propulsion, so I thought he's correct. And okay, I'm a structures person, so I'm a structures and materials person. So I have certain interest in propulsion. Okay, fine. I said, okay, let us see. And after having a discussion with him, I came across a paper where in a tapped vortex combustion paper, a Fuller was being imposed. So after seeing that, I thought of, oh, why can't we try this? So that design of that trapped vortex was different. The design of my trapped vortex combustion chamber is different. So I thought, why can't I use the same swirler for my trapped vortex? So it is not that somebody has to come and give you some ideas. You have to develop, you have to create your own ideas. That is how research is being won.
Okay, thank you, sir. Next question it is saying that suggest some free tool to draw figures or line diagrams for research paper to be used in MS Word.
Yeah,
Kindly suggest unpaid.
yeah. I would show you one website. Uh, I'll share you the screen. So if you look at this, this is called as draw.io. Sorry, I typed it wrongly. So this is a flowchart maker and online diagram software. It is free only. So you can create a blank diagram. You can create a line diagram, or you can create a flowchart, all these things. So this is one of the best software. You can even get a desktop version of this also. So you can draw, you can see all the thing like all the symbols, lines. So if you want to create any advanced symbols also, you can use it. So this is best used for drawing flow charts, line diagrams for your research paper, and this is absolutely free. And also you can have some properties. You can change the properties. You can change the thickness. You can change the color of the thing. You can use different colors also. So this is one of the free software which I used. I've been using this for more than 7 years. Draw.io. You can see the uh, link. So it is draw.io.
Okay, sir. Okay, next question is, sir, how do we identify that any particular paper is written by AI tools? Are there any tools to identify that?
Yeah, nowadays, Turnitin, all the plagiarism checking softwares as the kind of like it is having an additional feature of detecting whether your paper has been written using a AI software or not. And also, I would say this: many people they exactly copy paste what it is being written in the AI. Even you can use AI. I'm not against using AI for writing, but my suggestion is don't exactly copy that AI content. So you can reframe the things. So if you're good at the language, so if you're good at your English language, so you can reframe the contents. You can reframe one or two words so that it is not exactly looking like it is been copied from some source. So many students are doing that. They are using this AI software, and like many of the project reviews which I attend. Even today, I attended some project review for our final years. So even after many suggestions, those students are not like. I saw one student connecting his laptop, and immediately, I actually was referring some answers from the chat GPT, and when he is connecting, that web page was being showcased, and I was asking why you are doing like this. So it is not that you should not use. You can use, but to a limited level, you can use. You can use your own framing of sentences, or you can use. You can write something. For example, you can write the content what you think, and you can ask the AI software whether it is grammatically correct. You can make it to correct it, but don't exactly depend upon the answers what the AI is giving. And also there are
Yeah.
nowadays the softwares that plagiarism checking softwares, they have the features of finding out whether the paper is being written using AI software or not.
Yes, yes. Okay, next one is almost the same question. Can plagiarism be found out from the research papers written through AI tools like ChatGPT?
Yeah, it can be
So
found.
almost the same
Almost the same
question.
answer.
Hmm.
Turnitin is having that option. Not only Turnitin, we have many plagiarism checking softwares. They all have this feature. Nowadays,
Yeah,
been because they are getting updated, so we are getting updated. So the plagiarism checking software industry people also getting updated because they also want to survive in this field, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Even I would like to say one thing here. Recently, I have checked a paper in means by using Authenticate, which is
Hmm.
also another version of the Turnitin. So AI tool that each and every means sentence which is copied from ChatGPT or some other AI tool, it is clearly visible that this particular sentence is copied from ChatGPT or some other AI tool. Even if some sentence is copied and which is paraphrased by using some paraphrasing tool, that is also visible.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is
Even
copied
many
and
of
it is also means paraphrased by using some paraphrasing tools. That is also visible there.
yeah,
So
that
that
is what
kind of,
many of us are also using paraphrase tool. I've also used. I was using Quillbot for my thesis, but the
yeah,
thing is,
yeah,
as I told, I don't completely rely on all those software
exactly.
tools.
Right now,
I just check
uh,
whether it's okay. If I want to see if anything, any word is being reflected in any of the like I use Grammarly also. So
yeah, yeah,
I'm using that for it is a support. It is like it should be a aided tool, not as a complete reliable tool.
exactly.
And also this chat gpt, the functioning of chat gpt is like it is gathering the information which is already available in the internet. So
Already available in it.
what we upload or anything, it will be
Mm,
available in the internet, and the chat gpt is getting the data and it is giving back to you. So it is very
exactly.
easy for the plagiarism detecting softwares to detect what you have written using these AI tools.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right now, all softwares are means getting very much means they are using much a higher level of authenticity. So we
Yeah,
need to taking care about it by copying and pasting. It
that's
is
what
not
we
at
are
all
like.
recommended.
We are moving into a phase called quality research nowadays. So I'm aware that everybody knows about one nation, one subscription plan, which is being recently launched by government of India. So this is a way like when after this NDA government came into the rule, they are mostly supporting research people, like the incentives of research scholars who are doing full-time research, and DECU program for the fund for the DECU programs. Everything has been improved, and
Yeah.
these people, they are making research as one of the parts, so that they are showing that India has been scientifically well versed. So that is a kind of agenda for them. I'm sorry for using political terms here, but it is one of the term which has been followed by the government of India nowadays. So one India one subscription is one of a smart move where we can
Yes, yes.
all
That is
the
also a very nice
publications where which we cannot access. So
initiative.
nowadays we find some papers which is not available, like
Hmm.
even in proxy websites also we cannot find those papers. But this, I think, this One India One subscription will provide a pathway for us to explore much opportunities in the field which we are doing research.
Exactly. Okay, some other questions are also there. Next question, it's written that how to increase citations in Google Scholar.
How to increase citation? If you do quality research and you publish that in good journals, and if it is been showcased in the Google Scholar or any communities, it'll be you will get the increase in your citations. So that is what you do. You have to do a quality research.
Quality
Also
research.
need of our topic. For example, I would say that one of my fellow colleague is at the HOD of A and ML department in our institution. Is having more than 1,000 citations because he's working on AML, which is the current trend, right? So those people who are from IT backgrounds, they have a lot of opportunities of increasing their citations.
Yeah. Also, keyword usage here it's very important. It's
Yeah.
the keywords which is recently nowadays maximum views are having. So we can also use that kind of keywords.
Yeah, of course. Keyword. Many
Increase.
of us, when writing this abstract, we don't much bother about the keywords what you use.
Yeah,
But it is very much important. It should show like if we search something on the Google, for example, if I want to search some metal matrix composite or anything, like I have to be very specific so that I get the content.
exactly.
So those contents are being recognized only by using keywords which we give in the paper.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Next question is, sir, some references is not correct or incomplete when write a article references. Any suggestions in this regarding?
So in this, if the information is not proper, please try to check whether the author has mentioned the DOI number,
DOI.
DOI, Digital Object Identification Number. And if the number is mentioned, and also I suggest the fellow researchers to use DOI number of in your references when you are citing some papers in references. Kindly use the DOI number, because if the title or anything if you are giving like if it is not properly mentioned, using the DOI number we can able to track the papers. And also, if you want, like you can search for the author. Like mostly in references, the author name will be there. So you can search their names in Google Scholar, and you can go through the profile and see what are the papers. And you can, like the paper which you are looking for, will be in their list, and you can download it.
Yes. Thank you, sir. So these are the all questions from the audience. I
Yeah.
think there should not there are no other questions till now.
Okay.
So, Aishwarya ma'am, can we
Yeah, just I
answer
have
any
some.
other question?
Yeah, I'll have some few minutes. Okay. So the final, I just want to conclude with this quote: "Your research value increases with its reach. Take the initiative to share it widely." So this point, here, everybody should be keeping in mind. So this is my quote, which I'm giving to you. As I started the session with one quote by Mark Carrigan, and this is my QR code. So this is my website. I told no personal website. You can create a personal website. So I have created my personal website using Google Sites. So you can check for Google Sites, right? In Google, you have this option of creating your personal website. So I'll show you. If you scan this QR code, you will get my website. I'll just also show my website. So this is my personal website, which I've created using Google Sites. So you can see what are the. So I shared all the informations. So my important photos, which I've got, like my like I consider these things as my lifetime achievements, and also it has informations about my LinkedIn profile. All these things are. You can create all your informations here, and it has about education. It has about me. It has about profile about me, my experiences, my college, and also it has about information about my publications, patents, and international journals, conferences, what I have. So I mean continuously updating all these things. So this is my recent, like this three. You can see the three public conference papers which we it happened in our institution last week on 12th and 13th December. So the papers which I am in a part. So first paper is my students' paper, PG students' paper, and second and third are my colleagues. It is a collaborative work. So all these things I have uploaded, I have updated in my website, and these two papers which I have recently published, as I told, and all the patents, all those things, informations. And you can fix an appointment with me if you want to meet me. You can fix an appointment with me in Google Scholar, and this is like it gives a professional information about myself. So if you are really interested to know about me, you can kindly go through my uh, website. That is, you can scan this QR code and you can reach me out if you want anything, like if anybody is interested to do PhD under VTU. I'm a supervisor. You can contact me. I can guide you out. And also for any kind of course related informations, if you want to help me out, I'm ready to open to work along with you. So, and
So, yeah, thank you very much, sir.
thank you very much.
Um,
Wonderful timing.
uh, yeah, Aishwarya ma'am, is there any other queries from any audience?
No, sir, we don't have any other questions.
Okay, so thank you very much, sir. So it's my great honor and a privilege to extend the vote of thanks for today's enlightening lecture on building the research profile, post PhD, days after PhD. How can you build your profile, increase your profiles by the esteemed Dr. R. Kousik Kumar. Dr. Kumar, your talk has been a source of immense knowledge and inspiration. So, you have provided us with not just insights but also a roadmap to navigate the challenging yet rewarding path to academic research after the doctoral journey. So, your emphasis on setting clear goals, networking, identifying impactful research areas, and publishing strategically has undoubtedly empowered all of us. And on behalf of everyone and on behalf of the organizations, so I thank and to Dr. Kumar for this valuable session. So we look forward to more opportunities to learn from your experience and wisdom in the future.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
thank you
sir.
all.
You have really, sir, like enlightened the session, And our team has dropped one question in the chat box that how you can improve your citation, and I'm quite sure that definitely they will work on those area. And we are surprised to know that still till date, many of them they don't have a Google Scholar account. They don't know what is Orchid ID, and I truly believe that after this session, they will have their own Orchid ID. They had no idea about the Scopus ID also, Google Scholar. So definitely, I think this session will help them to improve their being a researcher or being a faculty members or like researchers basically. And thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. That's a heartfelt thanks to you for your valuable time, especially because, as we know, 9 to 5 we have a work in the universities or the institutions, and after that, devoting time for the research is another very big challenge for any researcher. And after that, as you have highlighted the points that post activity play a very vital role. Regular posting or updating about their articles and communicating with the other research members. It's not only limited to 9 to 5 jobs. It's like 24 hours of job,
Yeah, I
right?
would say that research doesn't have any end. So
Yes.
you have to continue do your research because I dropped into this teaching field because I was having much research in interest, and I felt that being in the academia region only, I can able to concentrate much on research. So
Yeah.
like you get much recognition, like uh, if you do proper research with ethics, so it will take you to places. That's what I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. So definitely that's so true. And research is not an overnight work. It takes time to build a small things. It needs a minimum of 6 to 1 year time, or in fact even more, based on the topic that anyone is working on it. So it's not an overnight job that you can just thought of doing this and you have done it. No, so it's a lot of effort required and dedications required, as Sir have said it. And thank you, Sir. Thank you once again for being with us and sharing your valuable knowledge with us, Sir. And as you have said that you have done various projects and collaborative projects and research. In future, we'd like to connect with you, Sir, so we can do some collaborative work with our institution also.
Yeah, sure, sure. I'm ready to work with you. No problem.
Yes, sir. And so make sure of that many of our participants whoever is watching you today, they might contact you. So it's my humble request to you. So please do guide them and help them
Yeah,
also.
sure, sure. I said no. You can contact
Yeah,
me. If I'm not like, you can put a text message, WhatsApp,
yeah.
and you can find my informations in the website which I've showed you. You can scan this QR code to reach my website. And if you want to meet me in my institution, you can fix an appointment, and I'll just reply you back. So I'm open to work. Like I'm ready to help people. So it's not a big deal for me. I like collaborating with people, having some information, because if we have discussions and if we meet people with different ideology and all, we also come to know something. So it's like we should learn many things. It's like we used to say in Tamil. There's one old poet we call as Avaya. Uh,
Okay.
I don't know how many Tamil people are watching. So there is one old poet in the Sangam literature called Avayar, and she used to say, "What known is a drop, unknown is a ocean. Known is a drop, unknown is a ocean." So we should not think that we know everything and we are the best persons in this. So we are
Right, sir.
actually know only a certain percentage of it. We are not exposed to much things. So if you
Right,
want
sir.
to expose, you have to explore more. So
Right.
that's what I feel. So
That's you have wonderfully explained, sir. Wonderfully. Nice.
yeah,
Really.
thank you. So if anybody wants to collaborate or you want to, like, if I'm actually a research supervisor in the VTU. So if anybody wants to do PhD and VTU under me, you can contact me. And also, if you want any help, you can contact me. You can reach me out. So I'm ready to help. Thank you for that.
Sure, sir. Sure. And thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your valuable words and valuable time, especially. And thanks to the audience for your valuable patience watching the entire lectures, asking doubts. And I hope and we hope that we have clarified your doubts. And in future, we can see you that you're rising high with a very good citations and you're publishing a very good research paper also. And as you know, today is a day 9, tomorrow is a day 10. So we are almost going to end our 2 weeks program. And I hope definitely after this end of this session, you're definitely going to take away some of the important facts from this research, insights and the strategies from it. And you're going to implement in your life and to reach out in a very good researcher. And thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. And before leaving the session, don't forget to fill up the feedback form before you leave it. So thank you so much. Good night, everyone. Good night, participants.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.